Alright, hey everybody. Today is October 3rd, and this is for the record. I'm on my way to the to a county meeting. We're down here in the downtown plaza. We got City Hall right over there. Here's our plaza. This is the Albuquerque Convention Center. They hold concerts or whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever kind of events. All right, yeah, going to the city committee meeting now. I see what's going on over there. I believe there are, I think there's some women behind me that are a little camera shy. Very nice. There we go. Give you a little 360 of everything. Oh, those women aren't behind me anymore. They got scared of the camera and took off. Yeah, but at least they didn't come up to the camera. All right. There you go. Here's the pavilion. The convention center. There we go. These are all the real actions. I think the meeting is down here somewhere. Hello.
You here for the council meeting?
Yes.
Perfect. Here's the agenda.
All right.
And then did you park underground?
No.
No? Okay. Perfect.
All right.
Then you're all set to go.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a good day.
All right. This is my first time here at the meeting. Let's see the kind of stuff they're going to talk about. Let's see. Get a little tour over here. And that's probably the media center right there. How you doing? How you doing? This painting's untitled. And Unsuno Moro. Huh? Excuse me. How you doing?
Jones and in Spanish by Councilor Hassan.
Would you join me, please, in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
Juro fidelidad a la bandera de los Estados Unidos de América y a la república que representa una nación bajo Dios, indivisible, con libertad y justicia para todos.
Thank you.
Thank you, councilors. Civic Plus and a bell will ring indicating your time is up. Mr. Cornelius, please call the name of the first speaker.
Thank you, Mr. President. Our first speaker this evening is Max Hampton, followed by Ben English.
Hello, good evening. My name is Bex. I'm a tenant in District 1. I know that council, you all care about us Albuquerque residents, and 40% of us are actually tenants. That's almost half the city. And right now rent has skyrocketed an unprecedented amount, harming people from all walks of life. And not just tenants alone, but small businesses that pay rent are
Followed by Patrick Garrett. Pat Garrett, followed by Annalee Besson.
Hi, so I'm a property owner in District 2, and since August 2nd, my next door neighbor has been terrorizing literally our neighborhood. He apparently is diagnosed schizophrenic and has been off of his medication. And in these last 2 months, there are 3 of us who in this townhome share a foundation with him. He's destructed property, torn up a free little library, vandalized cars, destroyed trees, vandalized a trash can. In addition, he's been flooding his backyard with a garden hose for 8+ weeks, which is eroding the retaining wall behind our homes. Water authority says they're monitoring it, but the owner pays the fines. There isn't much they can do. They even told one neighbor that that he was dangerous and that they weren't going to send people out anymore. A police officer told us to call code enforcement, but when they were called, they said to call the police or the mosquito police. Every call that we've made we've had threats. He was actually arrested in a SWAT standoff in my neighborhood for chasing a teenager with a metal rebar and telling him he was going to kill him. He was declared incompetent and the charges were dropped. He's told us he was going to burn the effing place down, and then when we smelled smoke and called 911, no one came. He's screamed at my 18-year-old daughter, "I'm going to rape and kill all the women here." We called 911, we've called 311, we've called 242 cops, we've asked for the crisis intervention to be sent. He's said the other day, "I know how this ends. It ends with me killing you, mother effers." I also teach, I'm a public school teacher and teach right in the neighborhood. And when I was walking home from work the other day, he told me he was gonna punch me in my effing face. He rings doorbells, he jiggles doorknobs.
Your time is up, but we would direct you to the police officers in the back and speak directly.
Okay, the issue though is that police are not responding.
I understand. Your time is up.
Mr. President, I have a question for the police administration in reference to this. I'd like to address it.
Mr. President and Councilor Sanchez, I would be happy to visit with this individual, get information, get a detailed look into what's happening with the situation and report back to you.
Okay, well, the question that I have, Mr. Ayala, is I have the same exact issue going on with a homeowner in my district where we're not getting any kind of response from the police department. The police department have been called numerous times. We've had this same individual in my district make threats. I've reached out to the police administration numerous times, and these individuals who are causing the threats in the neighborhood, they need to really be addressed. So I want to make sure that not only this incident is taken care of and addressed, but also the one in my neighborhood as well. And I just wanted to
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to reiterate on maybe at this moment that was being terrorized. I was saying earlier today, and Council was saying as well, about citizens being safe, and I'd like to maybe let all the citizens remind them that the police cannot always be there to protect us. We need to be able to protect ourselves. And that's what the Second Amendment is for. To be able to protect ourselves, because the cops are not always going to be there when we need them. We need to take advantage of that, to make ourselves better, to make our communities better. The Second Amendment is there for us to be able to protect ourselves from foreign and domestic enemies. Just as well as foreign, domestic too. The people that are back houses, the people that are willing to threaten us, our neighbors that are gonna hurt us, or the people that aren't in the right minds or have bad intentions. But I just wanted to remind everybody here that that's what the Second Amendment is for, so we can protect ourselves. That's what we need to do. We can't depend on the police to do that. I also know that also want to reiterate on our Constitution. It's a supreme law. It's a supreme law, and anything contrary to the Constitution is notwithstanding. So remember our First Amendment, our Second Amendment. All our amendments are important to us. And when the councils are litigating or making ordinances or I mean not litigating, but legislating, making rules, ordinances and stuff like that, keep in mind our rights. Those should be protected first before you try to make a law that goes against the people or for the people for their safety. Thank you.
Damon Maddox, followed by Commissioner Debbie O'Malley on Zoom.
what we need to do to actually help the situation. So thank you so much for everyone's cooperation in reference to that.
We're now on quick administration question and answer period. Council, any questions for the administration? Councilor Brown.
Mr. President, thank you. I have a quick question for AP. It's been brought to my attention that sometimes when people have, they have issues of crime or theft or anything, all of these things, where they need police support, sometimes they're instructed to write an incident report, and sometimes they're instructed to write a police report. I'd like to know the difference between the two, and how are they, how do you gather that information and record it?
Mr. President and Councilor Grout, Deputy Chief Barker with Albuquerque Police Department. There's not a difference between an incident and a police report. However, there is a difference between an incident and an offense report. Both of those reports are considered police reports. What that means is that they're entered into the same computer system in the same manner. The difference of these reports is what's being written about. So when an officer is writing a report, if they select a crime, it is considered an offense report. If the reporting officer collects a letter that is not a crime,
It's
I
an
just want to ask you a
incident
question.
report.
I just want to ask you a question.
Some of the categories for
Who's
incident
asking?
reports
Well, we're
include
just
a
outside.
apparent
We'll
natural
talk about this
death,
outside.
Who's
a
concerned?
suicide,
Come outside, talk
found
to
on
me.
I don't
property,
want to go outside.
and
I'm busy.
informational
I'm recording right
reports
now.
or behavioral health
I'm in the
reports.
meeting right now.
Since these reports are not crimes, they do not fall within a crime
What's your
category.
name?
However, we still
May I ask
have the
that? What was your name
availability and
again?
access
Good
to
citizen.
withdraw data from them. Meaning that if we wanted to look at how many suicides had been committed during the year, we would be able to pull that data. What's also important
Would
to
you move
note
that back away
is
from
that
me a little bit?
after an
I'm sorry.
officer
I
writes a
apologize.
report, it is
Just trying to get
approved
the
and
mic.
reviewed by a
I'm
supervisor.
sorry. Apologize.
After that, the process is that report review will review that report and make sure that it is categorized correctly. So if it's written as an incident report, that a crime was committed, it will be sent back to the officer to be rewritten.
Thank you. Thanks for clarification.
You know, if you could articulate
Councilman Hassan.
why somebody
Mr. President.
would think that, you know, all these slurs.
That's why I said that. Why I said that.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying. That's the first thing we didn't do. That's why.
Okay.
I can't wait to meet you. I heard about it.
This is a Fourth Amendment right to be securing your property. You know,
So my question is.
nobody's business what I have on me.
I'm saying that you're not slurring. You're not slurring.
Regarding
That's
bus
what I'm
routes, there's a few of them, probably more than I know about,
Okay, so
that are
who's
not.
ever concerned, you go let him know. This man's
So
not
people
doing
are
anything. He's
counting
not.
on being able to get
Go let him know.
around from these buses, and they're waiting, and either they show up extremely late or they don't show up at all. And I'm wondering, I can imagine it's probably due to staffing. So that aside, what are we doing about it? And is there a way to change the advertising on it so that people don't they don't continue to count on this as a method of transportation?
President, Councilor Hassan, I'm Leslie Keener, I'm the new director of Transfer at ABQ Ride. So yes, this does have a lot to do with our driver shortages that we're currently being faced with. And it's not just here in Albuquerque, it's a nationwide shortage that we are dealing with as well. So we do have several vacancies that are out there for both our motor coach operators and our Sunvan chauffeurs.
And that was for the record.
Some issues